Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. As part of my last big product delivery unboxing, I got in Folklore the Affliction from Greenbriar Games. Unfortunately, Greenbriar Games is of course out of business. But in this video we're going to crack everything open in here and see what's all in the box. We'll start off of course by looking at the character record pads up here. We're not getting a full look at them because there's a little bit of a sticker in the way, same as we have with the Encounter record pads. This is actually the anniversary edition for Folklore. Let's take a quick look at the back of the box. You move carefully through the stone hallway, lit only by a patch of moonlight and the smoldering stump of a torch in your hand. Sweat drips from your forehead. If you make a sound, it could be your last. Somewhere in this estate hides a creature who is neither living nor dead, who drinks the cherry blood of his guests, and whose gaze warps the mind of all who meet it. You clutch the wooden spike tightly to your chest, your pounding heart daring you to drop it. Finally, you find the door that leads to the master bedroom. You hold your breath, savoring it as you reach for the cold iron knob. Folklore the Affliction is an adventure board game for 1 to 5 players, in which your characters progress through a series of stories in their quest to rid the land of evil. Every story is broken into chapters, allowing players to control the length of each game session. Most chapters take 45 to 60 minutes to complete. Become one of 6 unique characters, increasing in knowledge and skill as you embark on a frightful journey to save the world of Folklore from the horrors that plague it. Will you survive the adventure that awaits? Will your courage falter and your friends fail you? Or will you become legends? Open and find out. Features a cooperative campaign game requiring no game master, including solo play. 6 stories with multiple paths and endings. Over 13 hours of replayable content. Customize your character with an archetype, focus, and branching paths. Unlock abilities, prayers, and rituals for defeating challenges both in and out of combat. Discover over 100 unique items, equipment, and ancient artifacts to aid in your quest. Beautifully rendered double-sided terrain maps, 72 highly detailed standees, and hundreds of gorgeous illustrations. We've got a little bit of tear in here. Actually, that's tape. Never mind. I thought that was a tear for a second. I was like, oh, we got an easy way into the box. Unfortunately, we do not. So, we need the knife. We'll crack this open and we'll see what we've got in here. Fortunately, nice and easy when I can find a seam like that. We'll get the shrink off. There we are. And we'll crack this open and see what's all in here. We are greeted by the rule book, which feels fairly thick, but we'll give that a thumb through when we're all at the end here. Story Journal 1, The Adventure Begins. This we are not going to thumb through. I don't want to get spoilerific when I eventually get this to the channel. Then we've got, wow, this is thick punch board. Well, I was going to say, actually it still is pretty thick punch board even once I widen it out here. Or once I open it. Okay. And this is another folding punch board. Okay. All of our statuses from the looks of it. Yep. Easy does it. I'm trying not to start punching anything out until I'm ready to punch it out. Now, I did have this earlier in my collection, and I got rid of it, but as I've been curating my engine with ChatGPT on what games I might like, this is one that very much came back into onto my radar screen because of a heavy narrative focus with the game. This is one the very heavy narrative games are ones I really like. Then we've got all of our maps on here, which I'm sure my map books, I'm not going to thumb through every single one of these, but I'm pretty sure my map books will come in handy for this. Our game board, I believe, is the world map. Yep. It is our world map. Not double-sided, as we see. Got our character sheets. I'm not going to thumb through all of these until I'm ready for them. Silica gel, which can go away. Dice, standees, and other miscellaneous components. I believe there's a meeple in here for our group as it's moving along. Then we've got several decks of cards in here, which as usual, I'm not going to break all of these open until I'm ready to sleeve them, but they look like they'll take the yellow American Gamegenic sleeves. We got Ghost Point trackers. Road events from the looks of it on the back. Cards for our enemies and such. Anything under the insert? Nope, the insert's empty, but I imagine by the time I sleeve everything, that's not going to last long, so we'll just get rid of the insert now. Save myself the headache. Then we'll throw everything back in here, and we'll give the rule book our cursory thumb through. Actually, now that the insert's out of here, we can probably get these encounter pads in here as well. Actually, yeah. We'll put those cards down there a bit further. We'll bring the story journal back in. And we'll get that out of the way so we can thumb through the rule book. We'll get the lid out of the way as well. And we'll give this our cursory thumb through. Hopefully there's not too many spoilers in here, but we'll find out soon enough. Okay, this isn't too bad. Okay. All right. Looks like there is a note in here. If you're playing a single-player game, you're required to play with a minimum of 2. So that's handy to know. Adding our new characters. Okay, we've got modifications for 2-character games, so that's cool. Okay. Definitely liking the idea of the progression in here and leveling up your characters to make them get stronger. Okay. How to use the story journal. It might actually be a little bit harder to use my map books than I thought, but I can probably still make it work. Assuming those are all grid-based spaces, but I'll have to take a closer look at those when I finally sit down and get this game ready to hit the get this game ready for eventual play. Okay. Excuse me. How adventuring works. Encounters. Okay. All the other special rules. Awards. On death and dying. Apparently death isn't the end in this game. Wrapping up a game. Good. It's a good thing I got those character record and session record sheets, because it doesn't look like there were any in here. I was hoping there would be, but no dice. Well, by that I mean no luck. Actually, there are copies of it in here, but I'm glad I got the pads for it. Folklore, the Affliction novels and RPGAs, huh? I'll have to look at that. The Ed Greenwood Group. and the index. So very nice. Definitely looking forward to getting this game on the channel. Just checking the box out. And that is everything in the box for Folklore the Affliction. We're not quite done yet, though, because I got a delivery in earlier this afternoon that we're going to unbox on the channel, so we'll bring this out of shot and bring that in. I did get my Gen Con packet today, but that's not what this delivery is, and in fact, I didn't want to unbox that on the channel. What we are unboxing here, though, is I mentioned that Dice Nuts Sports Games was having a Christmas in June sale, and I decided to buy something from it, so that's what this is. We're going to crack this open and see what we've got in here. Assuming I can do this without bending everything in here. Oop. And I see once more that Griffin is the owner of Dice Nuts Sports Games, by the way. And I see that once again he used some of the flat rate box pieces to brace everything. We've got the advertisement for the other games. References to pull everything from for data purposes. And that should be everything in here. Yep. And in here we've got Dice Nuts Pro Golf. So let's crack this open and see what it is. Okay, I'm not going to try to tear this at this point. I'm going to get that off. Then I'm going to grab a pair of scissors so I can cut this open. There we are. And we see in here that we've got more courses. So this is Augusta National. I'm not going to thumb through the entire course, but we do have the score sheet as well. I also have the score sheets in PDF for all of these courses, plus Valhalla, which was my first one that I got with Dice Nuts Golf. Because I figured if I'm going to start playing this game more, I want to have the score sheets in PDF. We've got PGA National, along with the score sheet with the layout of the course, and Torrey Pines South. Which, okay. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Just making sure everything's laid out. And again, the score sheet for Torrey Pines South. Very nice. I did really enjoy my playthrough of Dice Nuts Golf when I put it on the channel, actually, middle of last month. But that is everything in that delivery. And that is Folklore the Affliction unboxed as well. Looking forward to getting that on the channel at some point for you guys. As far as what's coming up on the channel in the immediate future, tomorrow is going to be opening day for the 2009-10 hockey season replay, as we will be at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts for opening day between the Boston Bruins hosting the Washington Capitals. That will continue quite a ways, actually. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will start out of the Exquisite Exandria cookbook as we're making the appetizer, Grog's Garlicky Mayonnaise, and fries. Sunday morning, we are going to be having a new space debut on the channel as we play Talon by GMT Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.